we are going to continue styling these modules. And inside this video, we are going to go inside the login forms from the left and the right column. So let's go back to the CMS. And in here, we are going to copy all these, Control C, the comments. And down here, click Enter and Control V. Let's change the menu to Login Forms right there. And we are going to click Enter 1, 2, 3. And in here, we are going to target the HTML markup behind these login forms. Again, you will need to make a selection on the login form, right click, and view selection source. So you can copy the HTML markup behind these modules. And in my case, I already did. So if you organize everything, believe me, you are going to be able to understand all the HTML structure behind this module. And first of all, we are going to start with the labels and input elements in here. Let's go back and we are going to write down hash left column. Then if we go back, we are going to have the ID form login username. Now in this case again, I will keep telling you this. With CSS, you can create as many selectors as you want, as many combinations as you want, because you are going to have different types and you are going to be able to increase the CSS specificity power if you want. What you can do also in here is copy this ID and then target the label. So if you go back in here, hash and Control V, then write down label and open the curly brackets. However, this can be the same as if you eliminate the left column ID. It will be up to you, and even if you eliminate all these, it will be the same. But the problem if you leave alone the label is that you are going to be targeting all the labels inside the Joomla template. It doesn't really matter the position, and that could be a problem in the future when you create other labels inside different forms. And my friends, believe me, you don't want that to happen. For right now, what we are going to do is leave everything as it is and click in here and then use the property float, okay, then left, right there, the left, semicolon, click enter, and the width in this case will be 40%. Now why we are using the percent? Because with the percent you are going to be able to increase the size automatically using the case that you disable the left column and the right column. Click enter and then line height we are going to use in this case 23 pixels, semicolon, and click enter and write down a margin to the right there, and we are going to use 1%, semicolon, Control S, and again right click, upload, click OK, and we are going to refresh. Notice what will happen with this left login form. Refresh. There you have it, my friends. Now, of course, if you notice, only the username will be affected, and that will be because we are targeting specifically the ID, in this case, the form login username. But what will happen if I eliminate that ID? Let me backspace, Control S, and right click, upload, click OK, and click refresh. As you can see, now you are targeting all the labels inside this left column ID. But let me show you another scenario. Going back and eliminate the left column, Control S, and right click and upload. Click OK, refresh, and notice this side. Did you notice? Now everything will be fine. Now you probably are wondering if this will be good. Probably it will be, probably it won't. If these are going to be only the labels that you are going to have inside this Joomla website, it will be fine. If not, I won't recommend you to do that. What I can recommend you is to Control C, then Control V, well Control C again, and comma and Control V. You are going to change the left to the right, then Control S, going back, right click and upload. Click OK, and refresh. There you have it, my friends. What we are going to do next is apply some more styles inside these modules. Going back and move this a little bit to the top, right there. Then inside here we are going to start targeting the input boxes. This one in here and in here. So you are going to write down again the left column. Let me just copy all this, Ctrl C and Ctrl V. Then click space and input and open the curly brackets. Let's write down border, and we are going to use 1 pixel solid, and the color will be AD, AD, and AD. Semicolon, and then apply some margin. We are going to write down 5 pixels on the top, then 0 on the right, 5 pixels on the bottom, and 0 on the left. Semicolon. Now you can also eliminate all these if you want, and it will be the same. Then what I am going to show you in here, you already use it when you create the search bar. Let me copy all these, Ctrl C and Ctrl V. We are going to use the focus right there, and we are going to eliminate the margin and change this color to 3, 3, and 3, and then we are going to apply a background. Okay, the color in this case will be AE, ZD, and EE. Semicolon, Ctrl S, going back, right click and upload. Click OK, and we are going to refresh. Notice what will happen with the input values. Refresh. Did you notice? Now we are going to have some inputs in here. However, nothing happened on the right, but don't worry, we are going to go back there in a minute. We are going to click in there, and now they are going to be using the focus when you click inside these input elements. What we are going to do next is apply the same styles on the right. So let's go back in here and write down again, copy all this, Ctrl C, comma, and Ctrl V. Change everything to the right, and again the same process down here, Ctrl C, comma, and Ctrl V. Change everything to the right and eliminate this L, Ctrl S, going back, right click and upload. Click OK and refresh. There you have it, my friends. Now something that I notice in here is that we are going to have too much space between these elements. What we can do, well, we can go back and eliminate some height in here. We are going to eliminate height probably from 23 to 18 and see how, you know what, let's use percentages. Let's use 5%, Ctrl S, and again right click, upload, click OK and refresh. Well, that didn't work like I was expecting. Going back, and we are going to eliminate the line height, backspace, and the margin inside the inputs. Backspace, Ctrl S. Then you know what, let's eliminate the margin, backspace, Ctrl S, and again right click, upload, and we are going to click refresh. There you have it. That will look a lot better.